Well, I didn't expect to be cut off. Apparently, it's still a problem now, even if I've fixed my thing to a direct connection. It's interesting that all these technical issues. It's been running without any problems for a long, long time, right? And then all of a sudden, there's problems, right? Isn't that interesting? And I thought it was because I was paying for, instead of being, having my, I bought things down from the to what do you call it? Because my account was closed, and so it couldn't pay for and thereby I didn't have my mobile thing, and so I ended up getting some money and buying the things so I could activate it. And then it began to have problems with this connection, streaming, and all that. So I thought it was something in regard to that, but apparently it just threw me off again. So there might be something else, I guess, in regards to maybe some compatible issues using an older application. I don't know. I can't remember if the new applications. I think the new application actually did it as well, throwing you off. So it could be a lot of things that makes it happen. So anyway, let's have a look on the new gadgets I got, I guess. Let's see. So the new gadget is now my cooking thing. It's right there. The BioLite thing here. So of course the idea is that not having any power, I will need to cook on that, and it's pretty lightweight. So I just try to activate the battery, just get it. So I let it sit for a couple of more hours at least, even if it's fully charged, just to see if I can get the battery activated as it should. And now we have problems in regards to the camera. There's problems everywhere, I guess. It's one of these songs that YouTube don't like, right? Oh.
If a person has a nutsack, he's a man. If a person has a nutsack, he's a man.
It's like insane world we live in where we actually need to. We don't know what a man is. We don't want to know what a woman is. It's just insanity all the way. Well, apparently it's camera. Could we get the camera working? Apparently not. Still waiting for the camera to work. Okay, still not working. I'm sure. I guess the mobile has gotten a little too hot. And I remember in the beginning with this mobile, and I thought, how can I use all that juice that is in this mobile? It's just like quicker than I can really do any, but now it's just slow, So I don't know what happened, but it got clearly slow. Software updates, who knows? But So one of the things that came with this gadget was, and I don't like this. This is LED thing and all that, and I hate LED light. It's not comfortable for the eyes, and I think it's actually destructive for the eyes. Even if I use this, it's just which is also is a LED light, but and yellow versions is less intense on the eyes. At least what I had a more yellow LED light in the past, and it was much better for the eyes. But anyway, so the thing does like this thing with it, which is the only thing that seems to be actually where I'm thinking maybe it actually already have been used, So Or maybe that's just how it is. Although I was thinking of just ripping the. You can like there's like markers for the place. Let's see, maybe we can turn the camera here. I like these markers. But that seems like that might have been used. The markers on the both of the things. I don't know, but it just looks a little weird that it would be on it already when you get it. But maybe if it already when they do it from the beginning of the package, maybe it. Anyway, that's the only thing that from the beginning that seems a little strange. And here the grill. And I'm thinking like this grill should be doing me pretty good, yeah? 2 burgers on it, more than enough space for that. So, yeah, it's a little heavy. And I guess a lot less heavy than a full-scale grill, which I have out there. But this is the thing. You can grill on it. Get some meat, and there we go. In regards to the coffee thing, I guess if you want to make coffee, and here we have we have apparently, which I'm not entirely sure, but a cup, I guess. So here we have this 1.5, and apparently you need to, I guess, take it like this and not. Oh, I guess it still have problems in regards to the mobile. It's too bad. It's wonderful mobile. It's just getting to. There's too many issues of not being able to do things while it's, yeah. I guess that's how it is when you have, so either I need to lock it down, oh, we have high temperatures again, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, okay, it's having heating issues. So yeah, anyway, we have this 1.5 liters. And of course we have this one, which is actually pretty lightweight. Well, that's why you put your pellets or whatever other fuel you want to put in there, and you fix it on in regards to here, and everything fits together, so it can just so that's nice. I did get some pellets just to get a feeling of it when I try it out. And they also put some starting things, whatever, in it. I already have a lot of those already, but whatever. And some manuals and all that. And I don't understand this one, because this says, if by removing this tag and using this product, you're acknowledging that you have read, understood, and accepted the included warning and instructions. And I was like, the problem is this is in number 1 package, and the manual's in package number 2. So it's like you open the first package and you're just trying to get this off, and I didn't just get it off. There we go, and then afterwards you look at it and read it. It's like I'm like, but the manual is in the package number 2. So and this was in package number 1. So how am I going to be able to have read the manual if I'm looking at package 1? It's just and I'll give me a break. Then you should have made the package 1 in regards to where the manual is. So it just seems a little, deceptive, that you accept if you break this. How can I accept anything if I haven't read it, right, But I guess that's a smart way of getting around, I don't know. It just seems a little deceptive, to say the least. How am I going to have read the manual if this is the first package of opening, if this is number 1, right? So... But I guess they might, think that you read it and then open package number 2. I don't know. Whatever. But in any case, so you put this in the front, and you put the feet, and then it goes. There we go. Now it's pretty solid, standing there, and you log it in when the thing is on, all that. So it looks pretty good, and I absolutely have some idea in regards to how to actually make it function. If I can just get a thing of knowing how much I need and know how much and blah 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 and all that, I can probably do in regards of beef and some cooking some water, and then yeah, that can be probably be done pretty quickly. Tryna be a low heart molester, ex-offender, the master, Islam's not for me, yeah, Islam's not for me, no. Anyway, I think this is one of the songs that YouTube didn't want either, so I put it on my video player. So that's why it's running, and also the man thing in regards of put that in as well because they didn't like those either. Oh yeah, that was pretty quick actually in regards of getting this unit, and of course the idea is as well also to be able to get power from the unit, although it's only 3,200 milliamps, so that's really not that much. It's like one small battery for the mobile, really. And the question is, how much power does it actually generate while making a meal, right? Of course, you could just let it sit and burn while eating, I guess, and enjoy the fire and get some heating from the outside or whatever, That's another option. Have a little extra fuel as well, so you don't, if you find the specific place and know, I don't know how, again, it seems like it's pretty effective in regards to fuel. But then again, how quickly does it charge a battery from low? If I let's say I fill it up, right? By having it on and then empty it all again and then start it out again and the next day. Again, how fast can it actually charge? That would be a good question. Well, that is a good question, right? Does it take an hour for the battery to charge? 2 hours? How long does it take, Can I start it without any battery? I think it should be possible. But I don't know. There's some questions in regards to that. Because of course the mobile has a 8,000 milliamp battery. So if I'm if I'm filling the mobile every single day or something like that by this way, then again, I don't know. We'll see. Of course, I have my solar panels as well that also generates power. So again, different sources. There's one more source I can get power from, which I haven't further looked into, which might actually, if you get a good setup, it might be the most powerful through water, But that of course uses water, so you just, that's... If you had like a thing where you actually could bathe yourself and all that and filling like 200 liters and all that, you could actually just put a generator on it and generate power. One of these water generators, while the water is coming out, it would generate power. And 200 liters is a good amount, if you're filling the whole, and then you can take a bath and I guess not waste the water. So that would be one way at least. And then get some, resources out of that. Some energy. I have some... Oh, we have cans. I don't know if you can see it, but there's cans here. Apparently you can put a lot of them up. And it's not all cans that you can actually put up to each other. Which is very annoying. Some of them are made for it, some of them are not. But there's just some food choices you can get on cans. That's one way of doing things. So I should be able to make a good meal on this. Just some meat, some eggs, And then you could have some sardines for the omega fatty acids and all that, right? That's three good things in regards of low sugar. And then, after, you just, use this for heating some water. And while all these things are going on as well, charging the battery. But again, how long it takes to charge the battery is a good question. So that'll be interesting to try out. Yeah. I need to figure out in regards of cooking the meat as well in regards of, there's something in regards of different levels of cooking in regards of the heat. I think like 3 zones. Closer you pretty much get to where the fire is, the closer the zone. So, but yeah, I don't know how much you actually would need to. But if you can just fill it up like once without anything else, that would be awesome. And of course, it's, if you're out in nature and out walking or whatever, you can just take things you find, right, to fill it up. That's pretty amazing as well. And again, I guess the grill seems to be a little big. I guess that's a good big thing in regards of having in your bag. But I guess it's in regards of all the functions, Yeah, well, I'll try it out and see how it goes. My soul to be declared as not restricted, non-hazardous, blah 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 blah. Yeah. It was like half charged when it came, but that's the thing. As far as I understand it, batteries are best kept at half charge. If you need to have batteries to collect for a longer period of time, I read that it's the better thing to actually only have it half charged, because then it has like a, in regards of it doesn't have like a high point here and a low point here, but it's like, I don't know. But anyway, it came half charged, which again was to be expected. You could also use it as a fan to cool down things if it wasn't because it stopped, You can, I don't know if I should use it now while it's still charging here, but there's a hole in the back of it, and of course that's where the air comes out. And if you turn it on, it's actually blowing pretty good. You have 4 different spaces, and I need to turn it the right way. Here we go. You actually have a good amount of a pretty powerful fan, for sure. The problem is that it turns off. So if you wanted to use this as like a nice, you would need to, as far as I know, start it again and again and again, because it stops after a little while. So that's sad. It would have been nice, just another function to use it as like a, it's nice. It's nice. Just it cools you down, right? If you wanted just a little cooling, you could. Why not use it, right? Oh, it's good. It surely can cool you, but the problem is, again, here we go, it stops. I don't know if you could actually maybe, I haven't read the manual, so maybe you could no, let's turn it off. No. So it just turns itself off. I don't understand why they didn't think about that, But you could just do like a function like that. It just doesn't work if you need to turn it on every single like 20 seconds or whatever. Because this is nice, you know. If you have a hot day, you know, and you're out there and you generated power anyway for this, and you don't need the power for anything else or whatever, then, or you're really, you know, this would be a nice option to just turn to just have a little cooling down. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, it's good. Wonderful cool air. And maybe it keeps a minute or something like that. I'm not sure. There we go. But it's nice. It's nice. It's just sad that it doesn't, as far as I know, that it doesn't really have a feature where it just keeps on. I could also use it to blow on my mobile to keep it, you know. It would just be another function, you know. And we like functions. We like things having multiple things. This is actually, you know, it feels so lightweight compared to. Very, very interesting. It feels pretty lightweight. Again, compared to, you know, compared to the thing that I already have in regards of coal and all that. It's just huge, you know, it's big, it's gigantic. This one is just very, very small, and it seems to pretty much have the same function, you know, which may be even better. I don't know if you can put coal in this, you know. Maybe you could. Maybe you could put a coal in there or whatever, you know. I'm not sure. Maybe that's not the way, because of course things need to burn in this unit. But anyway, I got some of these BioLite things, and they're pretty heavy and all that. Biofuel pellets and all that. I thought, hey, let's just have that for a tryout and see how they work compared to. Of course, I need to find some small things for burning. I have a little forest over here where I can go up with a thing and collect small twigs and all that, and just collect it together, and I guess put it in for drying or something like that. And again, how much does it need to be fed? You know, some of the videos I've seen, they don't seem to, you know, it seems like it's pretty effective, you know. So that'll be interesting to see how much again, how much to make a whole bottle of water, cook some eggs as well. If I have an idea in regards of cooking eggs, you could use this, you know, while you're cooking water, you can cook eggs. So that's what be, you know, that was another thing, you know, soft cooked eggs and all that. Might be a little different, you know, a little hard to, you know, you would need some cold water if you want to pluck, you know. Well, I don't know if you have that in you know, it depends on how much in regards to water and all that in the, yeah. But yeah, it looks good. It will be very interesting to try it out, for sure. I don't think it's probably not a good idea to do it inside. So first and foremost, I'm just going to charge the device, and I'm going to let it be put in the charger for a couple of hours yet. It probably don't take any power at the moment. I'm not sure, but I'll just let it sit for a couple of hours for sure to totally get it kick-started. And then I'm going to empty it all, and then, you know, fix it up again a couple of times, 2 or 3 times. 3 times would probably be the thing to, and then try it out. Yeah, and will be interesting. And again, if you can make some coffee as well, you know, there's this guy here. Although I heard it was a little, I guess you don't really need this. It depends in regards of what if you have grounding coffee and all that. I just have some of this thing to put in, but maybe you could actually also, you know, try it. Yeah, everyone, you know, I could try it with the grounding as well. Overall, it looks good. I'm not entirely sure how this actually works if that can actually be in the, maybe it can, but I'm not sure if it's actually possible to actually have this and the other thing in the pot while you have, or maybe I'll need to see some videos and all that. I'll learn it, and that's the manual. Maybe it's in the manual, right? So that might be the case. It's interesting, this plastic. Oh well. So the only thing that I thought was a little weird was in regards to the grill thing, which seems to already have been used. I don't know if I should write to them in regards to that, if that's normal. Maybe it is. Maybe it's totally normal that it has this, when they fix it at that place. Although I was thinking, actually, you might just... Okay, it's pretty sharp, I can see here, in regards to the metal. I don't know, I guess, well, let's try to put the grill up, I guess. I really haven't tried to see it with the grill. Okay, so let's see here. We'll just take these legs out, and then it would be like this, and then you just... I don't know if it needs to go down and click. Oh, okay, it's standing now. I don't know if it has these outside. Oh, okay, maybe it actually needs like this. No? I don't know, apparently that's pretty good, but okay. I don't know if it needs to, like, if there's like a... Maybe it doesn't need to click or anything like that. I don't know. Well, it's like this weird thing as well over there. Okay. Well, it seems to be there. It does seem to be pretty good, Let's see. It looks pretty good, stands pretty good. Even if it's not totally connected with it, it's not like clicking or anything like that. You can clearly fix it off if you want to do that. I just thought I saw one of these where he like made it click, but maybe not. Maybe it doesn't go down and click. But hey, it stands. So this is the makeup. You put the pellets in here, right, and then close this, and then it burns out with the fire. I guess. So the fire comes. Oh, you can. Oh. Okay. So this can actually be taken off. Interesting. That's laying down here. Okay, there we go. Up there, and then we have this one. It looks good, it looks pretty good, Although, okay, it is not totally, there's some slack on this for sure in regards of I'm not sure why they would have this, why the slack would be there. But maybe it's there for easy putting down. Anyway, again, that seems to be more than enough. You know, you can have one beef over here, one beef over there, whatever. Although I've heard some say that it's hotter, different. Yeah, I'll figure it out, you know. But yeah, that seems to be pretty good amount of space to really cook to beef, you know. And then again, when you if you find out how much you need to fuel it with, and just you know, if you just get a pretty good routine into that, and get some free fuel as well and all that, and but again, maybe I should just try with these pellets first and use them and see how that goes, and then try, you know, some standard things from the forest as well. Fill a good amount of, you know, and let it dry inside or whatever. Fix it somewhere where the sun hits and all that, and make the twigs dry out if they're not dry totally, you know, and then further dry out. Just have it someplace, right? You know, just a place for twigs, you know, for fuel, and you can always fill things up, right? So, you know, whatever. I don't know. And then we have the things for turning it on. It just seems a little overkill in regards to the size of these for turning on the fuel thing. There some kind of fueling thing in, but only 2. I don't know. I guess you could chop it off at least, so there would be 4. There's one more in there. You know, I'm not entirely sure how that works out, but once again, it's pretty big, you know. Again, one, you know, half of it should be enough for starting it up, I would think. Anyway, I guess that was really the thing that was the heaviest in regards to things. Also, there's some information on 1 bag equal 2 gas canisters. 1 sack equal 2 continents de gas. Okay, so 1 bag of this, which probably is heavier than these gas bottles. I don't know in regards to the gas bottles, but apparently one of these should be equal to 2 gas bottles. I don't know in regards to those, how big those gas bottles are, you know. They could have written that, but in any case. But I would think this is probably heavier than the gas bottles. But again, the thing is, you can use this in nature. If you're out in nature and all that, and you know, even if you used pellets and all that, you always would have fuel around. You just need a little time, go around and, you know, fix the pellets. And you just need something to light it with. And then you're on the go. You have food, you know, you can cook, you know. So, yeah. You know, at least there's a possible option to actually having this in your bag compared to the other one. I'm not going to have that in the bag. This other, and this is one of these, you know, this one, right? And this is one of these small Weber things and all that. And I really haven't used it that much. I should have used it much more than I did. And I have a huge amount of coals as well because in regards to not having power and all that. So I have pretty much a good amount of coal that I need. And here are some of the more pellets I put in this. That's another thing I need to further try out in regards to things. In regards to cook on that as well. Again, I don't know if the other one here does coal, but I guess one could always try it out. But the idea, I guess, is the flames on this one, and I guess there's not much flame with coal, so I don't know if it would work. I bought some other thing as well, although I did have it. But yeah, I did get one of these. It's also for the other one, really. It was pretty much for the other one, but it's if I'm going grilling and all that and don't wanna ruin the grass, could it be possible? Because I wanted to see if I could use the other one to actually make a fire, like using it like a fire thing. I can't remember what it's called, because they don't, there's a place over here that's a wonderful place to have a bonfire, but they didn't. They were not too happy about me apparently making a bonfire over there on the ground. So I was thinking maybe you could actually use the grill that I have, this grill, and just put some, and burn a fire in that, and actually not touch the grass. And further, have this thing to protect the grass even further, I don't know. It probably, maybe it's enough with just but hey, just to be. And so I thought, yeah, let's try that, see how that goes. So you can have a bonfire and sit and enjoy yourself. Although I don't really, I have my bag, but I don't have. I used my bicycle, last time with the bags and all that. I don't have any bags, and my bicycle is broke at the moment, so I can't really go much around. It's actually a pretty good box. Maybe I should keep that for putting some things in it. Actually, it's a good big box. And then we have books, of course. I haven't really gotten anything back in regards to that book I have. I don't know in regards to copyright either, but this book they didn't have at the library. So I asked them if they wanted to digitalize it or something like that. So they had it in their collection. But I haven't heard anything in regards of it. They did digitalize some of the other books I asked them for. That was wonderful. 3 in total in regards to Chiniki. I do have one of the Chiniki books here. I could only find one of the 3. And so I got this. It has seen its better days, but of course it's a book that is older than me. I also have a school book that I haven't read either yet. From around 100 years. In regards of using science to prove God, or to, anyway. So, of course, we have the books from Oscar, those 4 volumes of the Counter-Reformation that he used like 30 years on. We have another guy here that the library said that was in regards to the same subject. So, of course, we have the Bible from the Jew that also used the name of God. I love the whole, and we have more books over there in regards to the Skippy-Krøniken as well. I should also actually have it over here. We have Velo Helk. I have actually bought, I have 2 of these. Although this is actually much nicer in regards of. It says Skippy-Krøniken in regards to the Jesuit. And then we have the Nicolau from Velo Helk, and I also have one more. That's one of the books I have 2 of. Which I don't know. I didn't really know what to really in regards of buying from. So 2 of the books I bought. Apparently 2 copies of. I'm still waiting for a specific book that I'm really looking into. Although I do have it as a PDF. It just would be nice to have it as a. I don't know, in regards of painting in the books, it's a little sad to actually do that in old books, I guess, but sometimes you find something that is, I don't know. They're going to be destroyed at some point anyway, right? So, better to read it than not to read things, right? So yeah, there's some good stuff in regards of that. Anything else? I don't know. Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying this system for sure. Again, I'm just going to let it sit and charge the battery for a good amount of time. I should probably read the manual, and of course it's the day of preparation, and we're also getting close to Shavuot on That's Sunday, it's Shavuot. Another day of rest. And the summer is coming around. It's getting hot for sure. But the water is still not as hot as as it could. But yeah. I have my solar panels over here. Which also collects power. One of them is charging my, well, apparently only one of the batteries at them, but that's the smallest panel anyway. It's not really worth much really, but it does charge the small batteries a little by little. It's not going quickly, but it's possible. I have the two other 28 watts charging two of the other batteries, but I'm not sure how much they're actually charged yet. It doesn't seem like, well, they're saying they're charging, right? But they don't even have one single. So I'm not sure how, it only also says 0.4 on one of them. Well, of course, it's not much. 0.4, 0.3. That's of course not much when you have a 28 watt, But in Denmark, it's not really, giving much, I have this other thing charging this one. Let's see here. It's nearly full. So at least, but that's like a 50 watts charging device here. That I have. And I found out, in the winter time, it's just nearly impossible in Denmark too. But that's 50 watts, and you can connect more together. Although I'm not sure, I probably would have gotten another kind if I could. But yeah, at least it gives a little more. I don't know how much it actually gives compared to the, but it's nearly double the size of the two others. And this one 0.2, and I guess the other one probably also gives the somewhat of the same. So in total 0.4. So the big one here probably is like around 0.4 probably at the moment. When there's not light and all that. There's some other kind of panels that is working much better in when there's no direct sunlight and all that. But I haven't tried to I don't have one, and I haven't been able to compare it yet. But that might come around. I have something on the way. And we'll see if it works. That will also be a thing to check in regards of power and all that. I don't know if it actually can run the household. Of course you can't just. But I was thinking, maybe I can connect everything and actually still have power in the plugs while being off connected from the power. But I'm not going to produce much electricity for sure. I'm really going to need to be low on things. Now I'm not sure with these batteries from Anchor. I've also already ruined one of them, and I couldn't get a new one because I tried to open it up and all that. So they didn't want to send me a new one. Although I bought 4 of them, and 3 of them I got pretty much for the same price for one. So it's not like the worst. But these Anchor whatever power units are, I'm not. It's what do you call it? Disappointing. I bought some cheap batteries over here. The Anchors does not charge with the big panel. I don't know why, but they don't. And these cheap ones, they don't have a problem with charging from the big one here, solar panel, and they're much cheaper and bigger units. But they still have a problem. You know, it's hard to see how much there is and all that. You really need to, you know, you need 94%, right? But it's hard to see. It's nearly impossible to see. The same thing have the problem with the Anger has the same problem, although they are small diodes. But you need to be at the right angle to see them, and so it's yeah, not totally happy about that either. But of course, if I just have one single unit, then of course the Anger things can be charged from that and all that. They don't seem to be doing well with the. I have some speakers with batteries, and I bought two of them more. I have a third one that is pretty much that's the one that's playing now, and it's pretty broke. The USB thing and all that is it's not good, but it still works, you know. But it you know it's really not good. But anyway, so I bought two more, and they actually are wonderful in regards of charging from these 28 watts panels. So that's wonderful. Because then I can just use those for music. They're doing a pretty good job on that. So they're fitting perfect for those solar panels. So I think that's, you know, but that's the thing, right? You know, they should, you know, things should work together, right? But they don't. You know, some things works better with all, you know, even if it's USB, all of it and all that. There's all this insanity of maybe it works, maybe it doesn't work, you know, and you have to try things out. And then it's the same thing with cables and all these, you know. You can have different cables doing different things to different units. Some cables works better with some units than other units, you know. It's just this madhouse of insanity. Now it says 0.2 amps for 28 watts panel, right? It's not much. It's really not much. But again, as long as they can charge the small batteries, as long as I have light in the night, it's okay. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot the last piece that I got with this thing. Oh no, I think I actually did talk about it in regards to this. See if it works. There we go. But again, the light is disgusting. I hate the light. This light source, you know, all these LED lights and all that is disgusting. It's not good. It's the eye. It's just not. My eyes hate it. You know, my eyes really. And of course, I ruined my eyes with these diode, you know, lights in the past as well. Having one of these 10,000 watts light sources. No. Is this 10,000? I can't remember. I have some of the good ones, which is just. You can just sit and look at it with this wonderful light. You can just, you know, it's just wonderful light. And then I bought this diode thing, and it's just terrible. I was seeing doubled, you know. So it was clearly doing something to my eyes. You know, at some point it just ruined my eyes of seeing doubled, you know. I just had to stop with that, you know. I threw it out, I think. At least I got rid of it. I think I threw it out. It's just disgusting. So this diode light that they are pushing on us, just so depraved. Oh, we're getting 1 amp at the moment from one of the panels. I don't know what the other gives, but it should be around the same. Although it is a little bigger in it, but it's still 28 watts. Oh yeah, one of them is now giving 1 amp, and it should be the same with the other one. And then of course this should actually be close to 2 amps now, which should go over to the battery here and all that. So right. Anyway, I'm trying to empty one of them so I can. Again, you can't charge and use the battery at the same time, which is just utterly nonsense.
And if you want to find units that can actually do that, it's usually expensive, which is interesting because the speaker with the speakers with all their faults can actually charge and charge. As far as I can see, they seem to be able to charge things while they're actually charging. And they do pretty well in regards of those solar panels, of the smaller solar panels. So I'm thinking maybe I could charge from the speaker to one of these anchors, power banks or something like that. Although I guess it would actually drain the speaker, which is not good if you want to use the speaker. If it just takes the power and, it's probably not so good. Well, I guess it depends in regards of if you're using, the one that you're not using could do that, I guess. I don't know. Because of course you only use one speaker until it's dry, and then you just look for another speaker that has some power. Although I think all of them are pretty much dry. Of course, I'm trying this thing in regards of you're trying to get the angles to charge up, and I'm using both of the 28 watt solar panels and see which one is going to be in the head after time, and if they're even going to work in regards of charging. 1.1 amps at the moment. Oh yeah, pretty good light at the moment. The sun seems to be out, and it's going to get in this direction, so we're going into the good times of the solar panels at the moment. And it's just moving for 100% in regards to one of the charging batteries thing here, and the other is what it's still around 50 volts, it says. So I actually do wonder, what is there any no, okay, no, there's a weird hole in the thing, I guess they used it for some. Anyway, whatever. Okay, let's close it down again. I guess I have the headlight here, so I don't need this other light source, or the idea is to use it for when you're cooking, and it doesn't really matter when I have this one. So anyway. And I'm looking forward to trying it out for sure. Absolutely. Oh yeah. Oh well, it seems like the mobile has been running for, until now at least, for an hour. That's great. Yeah, I have another anchor here that is empty. So used for, so I have two anchors that is at the moment getting power, and one anchor that is empty, so I could try this, something out for that. I was using, I guess I used it up in regards of I was having it run a fan, like this little guy here. I guess I could just turn around. Oh, it was working. This is a computer fan really, but it can blow, some air out, and so I tried using it for that, and it works okay, But I guess I forgot to turn it off, and thereby it uses the battery, of course, pretty quickly. But yeah, of course, it can be running pretty long time without actually, it's interesting to see how the battery actually makes it last for a long, long time. It's nice to have when it's too hot, just to have something blowing. And if I have too much power anyway, if I'm generating too much power, it's always nice to be able to use it for something, right? Let's see here. Let's take a break from the music here. Someone angry at in regards of military, Well, why did you go into the military then, right? Just like, isn't it people's own fault if they go into the military, Don't go into the military, Why would you go into the military? Oh, I want to blah 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 blah. Yeah. Glory and bullshit, right? Lots of bullshit. Going out to kill other people. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Oh my. A promotion of insanity. ENX will provide 6 weeks of paid gender affirmation leave for their employers. Yeah, if you chop off your weenie, It's just insanity. It's totally molesting your own body, Hey, just make yourself from a woman into a man or a man into a woman, and we'll give you 6 weeks paid gender. Just give me a break. It's insane. This world is insane. So many things are just utterly insane. It just keeps on going, getting worse and worse. Well, and more people apparently are having issues. Own body, Some more experimental bullshit, right? Just not going to happen. Oh, I think I probably should. It seems to be reacting to the radiation from the mobile, so terrible. And the Mohammedans are angry at some kind of movie, but in regards to the pagan queen of the heavens and all that, we'll stir things up again. And the Protestant nations, not so much Protestant anymore. Isn't it so sad? Absolutely so sad. Oh yeah, that was a program today, the last program of, I don't know what they're showing, but could be interesting to maybe have been, probably it's bullshit. Anyway, but giving some information to the guy, but I don't know. They haven't seen my latest, apparently. I was like, why you could buy tickets for the show today, but I guess the show is probably already on the go. Oh, here we have Power Film solar panel. Now these are the other kinds of solar panels there is. Power Film made in the USA, solar, 30 watts, foldable, solar panel. Now why 30 watts? Because that is what is able to fit in my window. This is actually larger than the 50-watt panel that I have in my in the window. So the 30-watt foldable solar panel is lightweight, durable, and extremely portable. The solar panels are mounted to weather-resistant fabric that quickly folds for storage and unfolds for use. The thing is, you can. It seems like you can connect multiple. So I would still be able to connect two, like this one. I would be able to connect two, but I don't think I can connect them, both of them together. If two different. I need to have the same. The same kind to plug them together. But the thing is, it would be nice to actually see which one would actually be better to have, because these panels are said to be able to produce power when there is no light. So even if it's only 30 watts, they might actually be better than the 50 watts because they don't need direct sunlight. I don't know. I would need to test this, comparing it to the other one, I guess. And that would of course also be summer and winter, fall and spring and all that, and see what actually would produce more power. Or in the winter time it might be. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know which one would produce more. It would be something that would be needed too. Of course, it would be easier if I actually had two of the, two and then connect it and see which one actually fills up the thing first, right? There's a lot of different factors and all that. We have the curve in regards to power, current. We have the connectors, different kinds of connectors and all that. But the problem is, of course, everything costs money, and money is, you only have so much resources really to go by, right? So it says the weight is 0.6 kilos, which doesn't really seem to be that much. I think the 50 watts solar panel is weighing more than that. It's pretty heavy. I can't remember how much it actually weighs, but it's pretty heavy. But yeah, that's the 30 watts that seems to be fitting, or being able to fit in the glass that I have, in the window that I have. But again, don't know which one is better, or which one would be producing more power again, maybe one would produce more power in direct sunlight compared to indirect sunlight, but then maybe the other panel would actually produce more overall power in a total of a day. It's hard to say, that would be, I guess, interesting to try out. Oh well, let's see, can we put it over here? Yeah, we can. Stainless steel collapsible pocket bellows. That's a pocketable. Keep the fire stoked with our stainless steel. Well, okay, that's no. Oh, let's see. Oxy Spark portable single person grill in titanium. I don't know, but it's it should be a pretty small and portable grill. So that was one of the options I looked at as well, but I don't think it is as. But really, in regards to a grill, right? I have the other grill, and what is the chance that you would ever take a grill like that with you? This huge grill. Of course, it's a grill, right? And it's possible to take with you for sure, but it's still big. It's not something you would go and hike with for sure. It's just too big and too heavy for that. So again, so the other thing that I bought now, I'm going to try. At least that's a possibility of actually taking it with you in the bag. It's not that heavy compared to. You can collapse everything together like the Russian dolls thing where you put one doll into another, into another, into another. So you get pretty low on space. Although the grill, I guess, is still kind of big, but still compared to a whole grill, it seems to be, a lot less. So again, and how much power it will produce, again, it's a good question. I guess when you cook, you could actually just also put your mobile into it, but I would think you could pretty quickly be finished with cooking food. You turn it on right, and of course you could plug your mobile in at that point. Then you get the you have the grill on, and then it turns on, and I guess you'll just have to wait a little to have it heating up a little. So how much? 10 minutes maybe? I don't know. Then you need to put the meat on it, and let's give 10-15 minutes, then that should be cooked. And then you need some water as well. And as far as I understand, it goes pretty quickly in regards to getting the water as well. So again, maybe an hour for all of it. So maybe you can charge up your mobile for an hour. If you stick the mobile into it, at least at that point. Then you have an hour of charging, which I don't know how much would actually give it, but I guess it's better than nothing, right? While cooking and making some water, and yeah. Anyway, it will be interesting to try out. And then of course the battery that I've ordered, which probably will come hopefully next month, maybe in 2 months, but we'll see. It'll be interesting to plug my solar panel into it and see how that goes up. Of course I need to try it out first in regards of different equipment and get it rolling in regards of charging it and getting it low and charging it a couple of times to get it started. But then connect it to the solar panel, the 50-watt solar panel, and see if it actually, how it does, how it goes. Might take a lot of time to charge it. Yeah, it'll be interesting. See if it's possible to live without. I just need to live a lot less, and this computer needs to go, of course. There's no possible way that even with a full source of that power module, I only think there's like 5 hours, maybe less. Like I'm using 163 watts at the moment, and we'll probably empty the whole module in around 5 hours, I think. I'm not sure. Well, I'll test it out and see in regards to all the. I'm not entirely sure. It has to be tested. And that's what we're going to do. I'm going to test it, and that will also be pretty helpful in regards to draining the battery in the beginning. To charge it and to drain it, to charge it and to drain it, to charge it and to drain it a couple of times to just get it going. Yeah. Which of course will be a problem in regards of future things of charging device. Whatever. It depends. If I have, as long as it's not bigger than the Origin, I guess. Yeah. Oh, anyway, so far so good. also have water-wise in regards of making distilled water. I'm missing distilled water. I still get distilled water at the pharmacy, but you might have to order it and all that. So we just don't have that much solar, solar thing in Denmark, So but as long as I can just, as long as I have this, and now I can cook, which also should be pretty easy to now cook in a minimal thing, and so now I don't need the. I don't know if I could just open a window and cook inside. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to do that. Probably not. And I've seen one video where it just begins to smoke, incredibly smoke. Of course, I would need to, if I can figure out how to not make it smoke, it would probably be. Yeah. So we'll see. Well, it was pretty quick that they came with that equipment today. Other things that are still missing in regards of ordering. I'm still, this specific book that I was looking into still hasn't. Well, I guess there's a lot of books here and there. Yeah, well, I have 2 books at least that is still out there that hasn't arrived. One of them should be totally new, and I don't know why it hasn't come around, and they haven't. They haven't responded as far I wrote to them, and I haven't gotten any response from them yet. It should be only should only be from England, so it shouldn't really take that long, I would think. It's been over a month. No, well, wait. It's been no. It's actually been nearly a month, I guess. That's the right. So your Beolite order, and your Beolite order was delivered again very quickly. It's that was very quick. So gotta give them that. It was just incredible quick. So. $15.43. Maybe I shouldn't make a last cup of coffee and then take a break. Well, I guess in regards, I should go and buy some stuff. And I guess my kefir should be also, well, I gave it a good amount of milk yesterday. I bought 2 liters of milk, so I should have enough food for some time. And I put it in a bigger jar this time. They are growing pretty good, these kefir grains, so many families is pressured in regards of higher power prices, warm prices or heating prices, and food prices. So apparently more are getting into trouble in regards to that. Of course, not a surprise. Oh my. Well, we have some more Corona propaganda. More propaganda for the people, apparently. For 3 hours ago, experts. Oh, the experts. Oh, you mean those people that gets a lot of money, blood money, to say whatever you want them to say? Oh, those experts. Okay. Experts and the politicians are, ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, Corona alarm.
kidding. But people will, people will continue to. Oh my. The propaganda continues. All the bullshit. Is that in China or what in regards of? Yeah, seems to be China where they're doing all this nonsense of corona hypocrisy or whatever, It's still continuing to go in regards to that city apparently. Just totally locking down. It's just and people killing themselves. It's just insane. We have a picture of a demon-filled person here, so-called politician. No, it's totally out of. Oh well, I guess the people jump on the wagon again. Oh, put some more poison into my body, right? Well, I guess YouTube might actually ban the video now that I've talked about vaccines and all that, because you can't talk about those things, right? Because then you're disinformation and all that. And here we talk about that a lot of things is going to go. Yeah. Not a surprise. I wonder if this is actually the top of the forum still. No? That'll be interesting if it actually. No, it's not in the top. Well, it's number 2. Or maybe this is like. Oh, isn't that interesting? There's like a thing. Are you skeptical about experts? Yeah, well, experts are bullshitters, okay? They're paid bullshitters. Anyone, pointing out oh, he's an expert and all that, he's probably paid, to be a so-called expert. So, expert. Just insanity all over. Just never stops. This doesn't stop in all these, just insanity. Any case, the problem is with the kefir is in regards to my teeth, I don't think it's good for the teeth. I don't know what I can really do with milk kefir. Put something that is spaced maybe and fix it up with it. There's different things that might be possible to put in to make it less sour. And I'll just have some gas. Well, as long as I'm allowed to do that, we never know, in a world that thinks CO2 is just so horrible, right? It is so unnatural. So. Yeah. Well, closing for the Sabbath for sure. It's it was less 6 hours around. Well, less than 6 hours, I guess. It's been pretty good, successful in regards of this email thing. On the computer. It's interesting, having email in the program. It's worked pretty good. You get the messages pretty quick, and although I still don't understand why they are not they're responding not to why they're not together.
in the same folder, like I guess it was Gmail that did that, but it worked pretty good. But they don't do that here. Instead, you just have multiple emails. That is just laying. I remember in the past when email first, you didn't get much email, just, few emails. It was like, if you got an email, it was like, wow, I got an email, right? Now, of course, it's just, fills the whole thing. So. Yeah, that'll be very interesting. Very interesting. Pretty much that's one more puzzle piece, pretty much, to go offline and still be able to cook some food. And, well, I guess I could still do it with my grill, so it's not totally, and then I just need that battery thing, and well, up and running, it'll be very interesting. Oh, you can really begin to do something when I get that battery thing, for collecting power and all that, and just try what is the possibilities here. Of course, this computer that I have here that is like 10 years old and running like 165 watts won't be a good thing to have if. And again, you really have to use things a lot less than I do now, being connected to. There will be some things that will be a little harder, a little less. Yeah. It's a heavy, it's a very hungry machine. When it's actually running on things, you can get up to 260 watts or something like that. I think I had it. Let's see here. See what it says. Now, nearly 300 watts is the max I've been up on this computer. 293 watts. I'm not sure what the converter can handle. I would think it's like 450. I'm not entirely sure, but 293 has also, that's the maximum, and that's been under very, heavy use. Although in regards to gaming, I haven't really. I could try to put I did have a program to test the graphic card, and I did find a pretty good program for that in the past, but I can't remember what it was. It wasn't pretty, but anyway, let's just graphic card, whatever, benchmark, whatever. It was just we can just run it by. I don't know if I have it anymore. Let's see, a benchmark. But I did find a pretty good, program in the past when I did test it, long ago. And I did find a program that seemed to be pretty good. How to test your graphic card? Just give me something. Now, of course, this computer is way, it's far from nowadays. Ashes of Singularity 22 gigabytes, jokingly referred to as ashes of the benchmark, thanks to widespread use in CPU and GPU reviews. Okay. No idea. But then, of course, I guess you would need to have the game to actually benchmark, right? And probably too new as well for my. Borderlands. Wow, it's incredible how big games can be in like 80 gigabytes. Oh my. It's like huge, 22 gigabytes, and what is it, 98.5 gigabytes for a game. Wow, incredible. 35. Apparently, it's a long time since I've been playing games for sure. 82.7 gigabyte. Apparently, that seems to be the norm in all these. 65.1 gigabyte. 73 point. Wow. Far Cry 5. Wow. Oh, time must really, Far Cry 5. I remember the first Far Cry. I played the first Far Cry on the hardest level. Also succeeded in running it through on the hardest level. It's a long time ago. Long time ago. That was like, amazing graphic and blah 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 and all that. I mean, they were actually pretty, the stealth thing of the game was interesting. But Far Cry 5, I can't even remember if I ever, I don't know, Far Cry 2, I don't even know that, doesn't really seem to be in my, I guess I was going off games at that point. I don't know, there must be some. Far Cry 5. You use a lot of time on nonsense in this world, that's for sure. So this is Ashes of Singularity.
Disappointingly short and straightforward single-player campaign is a poor ambassador. We're introduced to a flat and flavorless future where the cyborg post-human coalition send robot armies across space to battle a mysterious, aggressive AI called Substrate. Most of the 11 missions feel like little more than an extended tutorial for the much more interesting multiplayer mode. And this is where Ashes of Singularity shines. The AI is a respectable skirmish foe, but human opponents elevate these sprawling conflicts to elaborate mind games where actions per minute are trumped by thinking 3 steps ahead. The two races don't play significantly differently. Substrate have rechargeable shields and a bit more mobility, while post-humans get tougher hulls and more self-sufficient.
Ja, whatever. I just needed the benchmark thing so I could get the thing to run so I could see how much. But again, I seldom use things because I don't really play much. I do have the, the gaming thing on the mobile, right? But overall, it's not really my thing much. I usually, just study and research things. Okay, anyway, benchmark, just free program, whatever. 10 best free GPU benchmark software for PC. Yeah, there was one of them that actually ran through, whatever, just give me something. Just to have the graphic card, 10 blah blah blah. Just give me something that works, okay? List of blah blah blah. Is it free? Overclocking and blah 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 blah. Yep, that's okay. Basic free. Yeah. We don't need anything in regards. 3D Mark. Oh, we have all this advertising jumping up. Yee. Click, 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 click. Oh, the clicking game of the devil. Oh yeah, we love that, right? Let's just waste. Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh, that was this. 228, 277 watts. Okay. Free download to the extreme. Blah blah blah. This get extends more stress testing. Okay, I just want to see what the Okay, let's try this. Windows, fast torrent, whatever. That's a torrent. Uh-oh. Well, I guess we could try to use one of the torrent applications, I guess. Well, the computer absolutely have its difficulties. Oh well, it's trying, I guess. Guess it has its problems with all those tabs open. Anyway, 248 megabytes, whatever. Let's try to download that. Okay, that's going to take a long time if that's the speed. 12.8 kilobyte per second. Now that's going to take a long time. That's Windows, that's a fast torrent, that's torrent thing and all that. So there's a possibility of doing it through a torrent file. Let's see, do we have a torrent client on this one? And we have QBitTorrent. Yeah. Let's try to open that. I do have, oh yeah, download for free. Yeah, let's try another thing. Just give me something that works. Well, we have the torrent downloaders, yep, and we'll just open that, and if we can get the torrent application open, we just push, double click, maybe it will actually find it. No, and let's see, yeah, just okay. Let's see if that goes quicker. Yep, that's a lot quicker. Of course, that's... Yup, QTorrent, seems to be working pretty good. Is it finished? Oh, that's already down. Oh, that was quick. We're going to install it. Uh-oh, I guess the mobile has problems. It's too hot. I wonder what the mobile would do in places where the heat is much bigger than in Denmark. You know, it's just. Okay, so we have it installed, but I just don't seem to see it. Where is it? There's some Dropbox things, but I don't see the application. And I guess the mobile might close down at any moment. Oh, we have some benchmark thing here. Blah 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 blah. All this agreement thing and all that. Who's going to read all these things? I don't know. High quality. Blah 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 blah. Just run, I guess. Let's see if it's going to run. And that should make the graphic card work. And while the graphic card is working, we should see a rise in. Well, it is over 200 at the moment. So there we go. Okay, I'll just take a break from the camera here. So now it's moving 274 watts. So it is now at least using the graphic card. 282, 297. Ooh, we're getting. Can we reach over 300 watts? I wonder. Besides that, this old machine, I guess, is doing pretty good with graphic. I just haven't used it much in regards to the 3D rendering. Mostly it's again the 2D thing. I don't know why, if they, in regards to 2D, I guess that must also take some power from the graphic card. That would be a thing that would be interesting. Interested to. Well, 280, 293 again. That's again the highest I've seen. 200. So let's see if we can. Of course, it will register if anything gets higher than. Oh, here we have the dragon. Oh well, a dragon in the middle, I guess, you know. Yeah. Graphics 200 megahertz, memory 3500 megahertz, temperature 60 degrees. Oh yeah. But again, frames are really high, you know. It's nearly, well, 100 and, was there 130? I think I said, okay, it's going a little down here, but you know, overall it seems to be pretty good. Doing pretty good, you know, overall. Let's see what the highest. 297 is the highest that it has reached, apparently. So we haven't seen it over 30 or 300 watts. But that's still a lot, you know, if you're going to. That reminds me of a game, actually. Well, you know, you have these floating things, although they were, well, bug in the game, so it wasn't really. So that really didn't make it that joyful. $286, 295, 304. There we go. 300, over 300. Yeah, there we go. 300. We got over 300 watts. Could you press out more? I don't know, but at least 300 watts. Let's see, 304 even, right? You know. Yeah, 304. So that's the highest I've gotten with this computer, at least from, you know, registering, since I tried to registering how much it actually uses. But then of course that's, you know, usually it uses a good amount while you're trying to fix videos and graphic as well. I guess graphics today are just much further than I guess this program might be an older program for testing. It said something in regards to 2009. Of course, that would be like, yeah, 10 years and over 10 years, I guess. So I guess that really shouldn't be a big of a problem for this graphic card either. And it doesn't seem to be, actually. It seems to be running it pretty fluently. Yeah. We're still running. I wonder how long it's going to run. Didn't I write on some forums in regards to benchmarking? Or was that in regards to the mobile? Might have been in regards to the mobile. Testing different. Benchmarking the mobiles. Yeah, I did some benchmark of mobiles at some point. Can't remember the details of that either. But that was some that was absolutely better than others in regards to testing the mobile. Now it's running it again. It seems the same. So I'm just going to make some coffee and let it run. And yeah. Oh, let's see. Oops. Oh. That's like a titanium cup I have here. It's been holding pretty good since I got it many years ago. There we go. Some coffee, and the computer is still running the test. And 298 at the moment. 291. So yeah, when the graphic card is running, it absolutely uses more. I guess also when the graphic card is being used, it's probably also is, you know, the fans and all that probably going to run quicker or something like that. But yeah, the overall doesn't really seem to be much of a problem for the graphic card. Oh, is this something new that's running, or? Well, it's like a show thing of. I guess we can show it by. I guess that's heated that down a little. So this is the. Oh. Let's see. Yeah. This is the thing that is running. It's lagging a little on the mobile, but on the computer it's fluently. Of course, I have taken one of the fans down of the CPU thing, so I guess it might have been using a little more power if I had both of the fans connected as well. But at least that's one. Oh, 305. Ooh, we got 305 again. But yeah, there would usually be one more fan actually being active in the computer, and that might also further fix it up. But the problem was that fan had it was making noises. Seems to be some kind of broke. And by the way, of course, I also have this thing. I wonder if I can actually do things over on that. Yeah, I seem to. No, oops. Well, I guess it stopped the. Well, the sound is still running. Oh, it's still running. Okay. Okay, I guess I can push quit. So I guess it's not only. I guess it's just 2 screens on the computer that's running. So 300 watts and all that. So of course, if you only have 1 screen running and the computer, that would take it less. Then would take it down. Let's see if we can find something that is. It's heavy on the computer. Let's see here. Some Nova bench whatever. Submit and compare your score. Yeah. Of course, benchmark. That's the good old. That was really the benchmark program was the old thing that you ran in the past. 3D. Oh, sorry, 3D Mark. That's. Was that the one I also used for Android, or was that? No, I think it might have been something else. But anyway, let's just take the newest of that and the Windows Edition, Basic Edition. Yeah. Let's try that. Well, you can't. Where's the download for it? Package. Bundle, no, I don't want to pay for it. I just want to have the free one. You don't have a free version anymore, or what is the, Well, it says it's free. Well, it says push on Steam, but click the download demo. Okay, that's no, and yes, Steam is just no. Isn't that incredible? You need to have Steam installed to actually get it. So you need to install something secondary to actually, to be able to. Give me a break. So you need to install Steam and I guess also log in to actually. That's just nonsense. But we are living in a world of nonsense, and why not, right? Why not just, you just need to be logged on, yeah. Just need to install something, blah, 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 and I don't even know if I have my password. And then it just needs to download some stuff, right? Yeah. Let's see here if my key pass, maybe. Whatever, if it has my Steam account. I don't see anything. Steam. Nope, don't see anything. Oh, Steam. We have 2 accounts apparently. The question is which one. This is probably the one. Copy username. Copy. Well. So apparently I have 2 Steam accounts from the past. And then installing updates and all that just to get this application working, I'm not too happy about that, but anyway. Logging into an existing account. That's a long time since I've been logged into Steam. Okay, let's copy the password here. I have no idea what it is, but let's see. Log in. Well, it says that you have entered your password or account incorrectly. Well, we can try the other one. Maybe they just deleted my account. That's another possibility. Oh yeah, that's true. Oh, you need all this security nonsense. I forgot about research. Oh, and the email. Blah 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 blah. Oh, give me a break. Yeah, that's of course the problem with all this bullshit. When you need to all this security, you need to enter your special code. What email? I don't have it. Did you check your spam folder? Yeah, I don't have access to those emails accounts anymore. Well, pretty much as far as I know. I'm not even sure. So, but anyway, it seems to copy username, copy password. No, so apparently Steam 1 seems to work, but not the other one. But the one that works apparently needs like some kind of, just to get an application installed for, you need to go through all these hoops, It is the typical bullshit in our days, I've received a message from Steam. What? Yeah, I don't have it. Okay, let's try maybe gmail.com. Let's see. Again, it's just so you need to have it, for an email account. Who's going to say that you have that email account for the, when everything is connected to an email account, and it just. Okay, at least this place doesn't seem to. Let's just have a lot of YouTube stuff, I don't know. I got some of these. Oh, this is the wrong email. Okay, this has to be this one. Oh, maybe I got to Gmail. That's the one that they banned me on YouTube for whatever reason. Apparently this one has a lot of, YouTube removed your content. Interesting. Reach blah blah. YouTube removed your content. Yeah, that's called censoring, Someone replied to me. Oh, I know. Yeah. Oh, I just need to verify me. Oh my dear. In the good old days, apparently that was not the password. In the good old days, you just downloaded things and didn't need to go all this hooping, and they wouldn't, they're not spying on you, and I have no idea what the password is if that's not the, There we go. I don't see any email from. I don't see any email from. So okay, apparently that's not a way to do things. Apparently, I'll just skip that, I guess. Or at least need to find it from another place. I see a 3D mark download. Nice to see it. 3D mark. And we have is there a way to run benchmark without Steam? Yes, by installing the standalone version. Okay, well we have some versions here at least. That seems to be. You gotta be kidding me in regards to all this Steam nonsense. Steam. A weird name to actually give it Steam, And they're still running on this Israel deception. I don't understand that. Why these two guys, Jörg and Tom, is going so headstrong on this topic. He's totally Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, that seem to be, again attacking Israel. And apparently, I'm a futurist and all that. Of course, it's nonsense and all that. But anyway, it's just I don't get these guys. But they have a lot of good books and a lot of good information on the Antichrist for sure. Tom and Jörg. But I'm not apparently not going too well with them. So that's. They tend to not understand that there will be future things, that there are future prophecies about the future. They don't seem to be able to accept that. Of course, the Antichrist is the papacy and is here now and has been in the past, now, and will be in the future. But to deny that there is future prophecies in regards of things is just not really. You read prophecy, right? And you have past, present, and future. So, and there's clearly future prophecies in regards of things that hasn't happened yet, that is still going to be fulfilled. You have multiple prophecies in the Bible that has yet to see fulfillment, and to deny those things is just, I think, is missing the mark. It's just missing. Of course, the papacy is the Antichrist, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't continue to grow into the last thing of its nature, and before it gets destroyed. It's just kind of, of course, futurists are wrong that they're pointing to an Antichrist in the future, and that they are not that he's, and saying that he's not here. But to go the other way around and say, well, the papacy is the Antichrist, but there's no future prophecies about things. That's as wrong as, it just and then calling people that sees these future things for futurist, and no, it's historicism, or as I've come to call it, bibliocy, going by the Bible. Some of these historians out there that call themselves historians are clearly they have some issues as well. Historians that can't see that there's things in the future in regards of prophecies, or historians that say, well, and take a lot of the things that is future and just makes it something that has, been fulfilled in the past. It just doesn't, when you see people taking the trumpets and talking about the trumpets already having been fulfilled and all that, that's utter garbage. And the trumpets, we have the festival of trumpet in the fall, and of course we don't keep these festivals, so we don't learn these things in regards to putting the pieces together, because we don't believe that we need to keep the festivals anymore, which of course is Satan's depraved deceptions. Of course, the little Roman horn, thinks to change times and laws, So, and times is in regards to also festivals. And he has. So, but anyway, the trumpets, there's not one single trumpet that has been blown yet, because they come after the Great Tribulation. And most Christians understand that the Great Tribulation is future. So if the Great Tribulation is future, there's not one single trumpet that has been blown. Because those 7 trumpets is first in the 7th seal, and the Great Tribulation in the 6th seal. So, and you have to take it as a continual progress, first seal, 2nd seal, 3rd seal, 4th seal, 5th seal, then the 6th seal, and then the 7th. Anyway. Okay, so apparently this 3D Mark thing is 7 gigabytes. I found a place where I could download it. 7 gigabytes. Wow, it's incredible how big these things are nowadays in regards of Like that's amazing. And I remember this little file, this 3D file, that could do huge amount of 3D things, and like is what, smaller than 1 megabyte or something like that. Just incredible small. To show what you could really do and how small you could really make things, and now things are just incredible big. No, don't check for updates. I hate this feature. We want to check for updates all the time. They're telling me that you can't have your program running without updates. You know, that seems to be the case nowadays, right? Everything has to be updating all the time. Okay, so let's see. Let's start this one. This is not the one I wanted, but anyway, cancel. No, remove, repair, no, back. What is this? Welcome to, yeah, just make sure, yeah, whatever, we already have installed, okay. So start test, let's try to start and let's see what happens. Running targeted test. 265, 205, not really anything. Apparently this is the CPU being 265 megabytes, so I guess it's not testing the graphic. Yeah, you know, again, compared to the, I have a laptop that I really should use instead, and the battery is just much better compared to this beast of a computer. And it's not a bad, you know, it's not a bad computer, you know, for sure, you know. It's an old one. Oh, here we're going with some graphic, nearly 300 watts, but still running over 100 frames per second. So that's pretty good. Was that all? Apparently that was all. It's, you know, shows RAM speed, GPU score, so, and so forward. So I guess that was okay, you know. It's but it wasn't really much. I'll run Nova Bench from a USB portable and command line. So apparently, seemed like you might be able to run it as a portable. I don't know. But anyway, that didn't really give much of an impression in regards of things. The other thing here, we got 1 hour left for downloading 7 gigabyte. Let's see if I even have. Oh, I do have 7 gigabytes on that drive. Oh, it's going to take some time, but that's 3D Mark. 7 gigabyte. Oh well, anyway, we'll see. Apparently that's what it takes these days, apparently. Huge amount of space. And close those things down, and performance test 10, yeah, let's just close that down. I'm sure the 7 gigabytes should be enough to make the computer go, and uh-oh, I have a closer, there we go. To make the computer cough a little, hopefully. Basic free, well, if it's free then, yeah, okay, anyway. Well, of course, that was the application one used in the past, you know, and they made different, I guess they made a new one here and there. Confessional Lutheran. Okay, we have this one, we can close that down. Catholicism, Republic. That's the thing in regards to Mohammedanism, and in regards to this movie. Of course, that will be a win-win situation for the devil because now it gets all this. Exposure. Now people want to. Oh, the Mohammedans are upset and all that. So now they want to see this movie. And yeah, so it works. Win-win situation for the devil. Someone said to have commented to me, but they just put my name in there and then didn't write anything back. So, I don't know. Maybe people just want to waste your time. Maybe it was a mistake. I don't know. I thought I actually did the order from this place in regards of Candida albicans infection relief in regards of tea, but I haven't gotten anything, you know. I was like oregano, thyme, and calendula. I was thinking caution, stop use if you develop an allergic thing and all that. Anyway, added to, maybe I couldn't buy it or something like that. I don't know. Successful, added to your card. Okay, let's see my card. Okay, I only need one. If you're going to drink tea, it might as well be something that is antifungal, you know, because fungus is all the way around. So that oh yeah, that was the problem, I guess. Can only be okay, I could contact them, but I guess that was the reason why maybe I closed it down. Decent. Now I need to put in a security code apparently as well. Could you send to Denmark? Send to Denmark. Yeah, it sounds like a very interesting tea. You could probably make something of your own in regards of it. Oh, requested format, blah 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 blah. There we go. Let's see if they are. Okay, I can of course send this as well. I can just, I guess, write. Candida tea. Could you send the... Okay, let's see. Send. Great. So I guess that was one of the reasons why I didn't... I thought I had ordered it. I guess I was thinking about it and then it didn't really work out. I called the tea for relief of candida, you know, and it has some good things in it for sure. Well, clearly have some things that is antifungal. So I wanted to try it out. So let's see here. Maybe one can find the thing another place. Let's see some pictures. Oh no. Well, again, I can make it myself, really. You know, I could make some kind of anti-fungal thing for myself. You know, so it's not. Just mix all the goodies, antifungal. Okay, so we see more of society being ruined as usual, because that's what they want. I can't even find the page anymore. You know, it's just not going. It's not showing the. Oh, there we go. No. Oh, that okay came around. try, yeah. No, it's there we go. So we have calendula in the tea and thyme tea. I don't know if actually calendula, if that exists in oil. Of course, it doesn't mean that the oil is actually. We have oregano. No, that's not oregano. I think that's oregano. I'm not sure. A fine selection of wild herbs. Yeah, wild herbs. Oh, here it was. Yeah, 1530 was already started. Very God, so close to the truth. I've never seen one of those shows, but anyway. Of course, we need to see some deprivation, of course, because deprivation needs to be everywhere. In regards to this LGBT nonsense movement and all that disgusting filth. Let's see here. Exploding the Israel deception. Let's see what they say, but.
By recognizing Jerusalem and moving our embassy there, our country is saying what we know from history and the Bible, that Jerusalem has actually been the capital of Jerusalem for 3,000, or capital of Israel for 3,000 years. And here's why that is so significant. That historical proof that Jerusalem has been the capital for 3,000 years absolutely explodes the myth that comes from the left that somehow the Jewish people just came into that land 70 years ago and they took it away from the Palestinians and that the Jews had no rightful claim to it. The Bible says, and history confirms, that God gave that land to the Jewish people. And
I don't understand why Jörg and Tom is so much pressuring in regard to this. It's interesting that they would be pushing this, that the Jews are not blah blah blah. No.
Genesis 12 says, God blesses those countries that bless Israel.
Yeah, I would agree with this guy speaking at the moment in regards of, I think Denmark should have moved its embassy to Jerusalem. I said that before the U.S. did it as well, because I was in Jerusalem, and you get this, to support it, I actually also wrote the government about it. They just didn't do it. I can't remember who I wrote in regards to it, but I did write to them, but nothing happened. I think Denmark should have supported the Jews in regards of of course, Jerusalem is the capital city of the Jews. That's, the Bible is all over, and yet Jörg and Tom is attacking the Jews, and again, how are you going to have these future prophecies that is in the Bible to be fulfilled if the Jews are not in the nation,
And he curses those countries that curse Israel.
And of course, what are these prophecies about if they are not about the Jews, right? It's like, again, it's just.
I believe President Trump and the United States are not only on the right side of history in this decision, they're on the right side of God.
Yeah, I would agree. Whatever and so forward and this and that and all that. On this view, everybody should, everybody that would should help the Jews. That's the even if they're stiff-necked people and gone astray and all that. Well, we've seen them gone astray before, and people then making fun of them. And what did God do? He punished those nations making fun of Israel. Because there's a difference. And He has chosen them out, and thereby, it's not good to be against the Jews, even if they are, even if they have rejected their Messiah,
And here it is, the Balfour Declaration. What do you feel that...
So again, pointing out that satanic powers has been used to gather the Jews again is not an argument either against them. Why? Well, because God have used satanic powers before, right? You know, he used the Assyrians to take out the northern kingdom, the rebellious kingdom of Israel, the northern kingdom. You had Judah and Israel. The northern kingdom went astray from God, and they were punished. And God used the Assyrians to take them out. He used the Babylonians to take Judah out. He used the Medo-Persians to gather them back. He used he used the Romans to kick them out again, right? And now, again, he's using, well, I would say, well, pretty much Roman powers to gather them again. In any case, so this is not, it's not a surprise. It's not an argument against them either. Because the devil has plans, but so has God.
I genuinely feel it's one of the most extraordinary moments in the history of the Jewish people. If you think it took 3,000 years to get to this, and then you say, how did this miracle happen? It's the most incredible piece of opportunism. I mean, if you think you would have an impoverished...
And as far as I know, all of those that signed that document were Freemasons. But it doesn't make it, you know, is God too weak to keep the Jews out of the land, of his own land? I don't think so. We don't have a weak God. If God didn't want the Jews in that place, they wouldn't be there. And lo and behold, it seems like he wants them to be there. He seems to be defending them, protecting them. So, you know.
would-be scientists, handbags who somehow gets to include.
And he didn't seem to want them to be in the other nations, as we can see. They were butchered and slaughtered and persecuted in all those other nations. So it seems like he wants them back, doesn't it? You know? Drawing them back from all over the world.
Meets a few people, including those in my family, seduces them. He has such great charm and conviction.
Also, the failure of this thing in regards of you know, when they're talking about the 70 weeks, well, the 70 weeks have been fulfilled. There's now no 70, you know, there's no future 70 weeks. Those 70 weeks have been fulfilled. But there might be a future week that is not part of those 70 weeks. Because after the 70 weeks you go into in regards to the destruction of the temple and the city. And the temple was destroyed in 70 AD. And that's after the 70 weeks, because the 70 weeks ended in 32 AD. But after it talks about, after the destruction of the temple, it talks about a week. And then the question is that a week that is in the future, that is not in regard to the 70 weeks at all? Or are we going to go back to the 70 week and say that's the one it is? Because then it happened in the past, because the 70 week is in the past and not in the future. So, but if we look at one of the sources we have from the 2nd century, he understood that there was a future week. But he didn't mix it in regards to the 70 week. He just understood that there was a future week's time in the future at some point. He didn't say that this was the 70 week or anything like that. So again, this mixture of, there seems to be deception on deception on deception. That is at least as far as I can gather it from now. But that was like a 2nd century source. Around 200 AD he lived. And I don't know when exactly he wrote it, but probably around, well, he must have written it around 200 AD. So, and he talks about it. He actually talks about a lot of things. And a lot of the things are true. There are some things that he doesn't get right, but you have to consider that he's writing from the 200 AD. And in thinking about that he's writing from the 200 AD, he gets a lot of things correct, you know. It's a very interesting document about the, 4 beasts and Book of Revelation and all that, Anyway.
He gets to Balfour, and he unbelievably persuades Balfour and Lloyd George, the Prime Minister, and most says to the ministers that this idea of the national home for Jews should be allowed to take place. And it's so unlikely. You come back to the big point, which is that this is perhaps the greatest event in Jewish life for thousands of years. And it's a miracle that it took place.
And then now they show something, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that have received the mark of the beast, and them that worship his image. These both were cast alive into the lake of fire, burning with brimstone. Revelation 19:20. But again, I don't know what they're pointing at, but you know, it's something is not right. Also, you have what is like Armageddon, right? This place where God is going to collect everybody and judge them. Now the question, of course, is that when he comes back, or after the 1,000-year reign, or at the end of the 1,000-year reign, you know? But it does sound like it might actually be the day of the Lord, in regards to when Christ comes back. And who are these nations going against? Well, they're going against Israel. If they're going against Israel, how is that going? And how is it going to work out with 144,000 Jews? Oh, sorry, Israelites. 144,000 Israelites being chosen at the time of the Great Tribulation, you know, and Jerusalem, in regards to the temple as well, and so forward. There has to be a third temple. And that's probably going to be 2 in total. There'll be a temple before Jesus returned, and the temple afterwards. In regards of this, there's some descriptions on that in the book of Revelation. So again, it seems kind of slick oil what Tom and Jörg is doing in regards to these applications or these programs. They still seem to have some problems with in regards to the mic, it seems. Yeah.
The 6th hour of the truth today on
Okay. Go.
8th of June 2022.
Just seems like Jörg is just in the microphone of his. It's just, and I should maybe look into things as well. I don't know what Brett is using in regards of his microphone, but that was amazing that he got this new microphone, which I don't know what was, but wow, there was a huge, amazing difference in regards of his. The clarity of his voice, and it seems more like that Jörg is somewhat like in a box, you know. In a box.
Tom Fresh from the Acquisition Update, all over the far big ocean from here, but connected with the sky, so that
Let's listen to it.
19th of the study of end-time delusions, what it started with, and exploding the Israel deception, what it has become in the end phase now. Oh, it was?
The 93 sessions that we've done in this book, and every one of them worthy of the attention we desire for them, and I don't think the listeners would be disappointed in any of them. And again, my privilege, pleasure, and blessing to be here and to continue our reading and discussion of this book. It's destroying the Israel deception, exploding the Israel deception. This idea that the modern nation state of Israel, created in 1948 by men, not by God, but by men, is necessary for the credible fulfillment of a future phony 70th week of Daniel. That's what it's all about. The papacy intends to perform as best it can a believable future 70th week of Daniel, understanding that the true and only 70th week of Daniel was fulfilled by Jesus 2,000 years ago, as perfectly and completely recorded in the New Testament. It's almost as if the New Testament was written for the very purpose of proving to all men for all time that Jesus perfectly and completely fulfilled the 70th and final week of Daniel's prophetic vision, as recorded in Daniel chapter 9, verse 24 through 27. It's finished. And the whole world believes a lie, and that lie, futurism, requires a modern nation state of Israel be created, and Jews forced down there to live in that land, and to demand a temple to be rebuilt so that animal sacrifices can be made, so that the phony Antichrist can cause those sacrifices and oblations to cease. Then the world is ready, then prepared.
Yeah, it just seems to be deceptive because, again, you have prophecies in the book of Daniel in regards to the end time where the daily is going to be stopped. Well, if the daily is going to be stopped, there has to be sacrifices, right? Because the daily is in regards to, you have 2 sacrifices a day. But how is the daily going to be stopped if the daily is not being done, you know? And this is for the end time. And of course, if you have the daily ongoing, you also have to have the temple, right? And further, Jesus talks about the abomination standing where it should not stand. It stands in the temple. It should not stand in the temple, and yet it does stand in the temple. We have further information in regards to that in the book of Revelation, in regards of the image that is made in regards to the first beast, which would be the poop, whatever poop that is at that point, as far as I can gather. Whatever man sitting in the chair of the papacy will be the one that the false prophet makes an image of and makes this image speak. Now, in regards to how to make that, speak and all that, it might be a technological thing, it might be other, spiritual, satanic thing to make it speak, but it, apparently it speaks. In regards of AI and all that could, be used in regards of things, and if you don't worship the image, and thereby not the beast, and thereby not Satan, well, you will be killed off, and that's in regards to the mark of the 666 and all that. So whoever does not, so again, I think Tom and Jörg is going really wrong on this. Very, very sad that they're pushing these things. I tried to talk to them. Tom have said that he has, I thought it was YouTube censoring me, because they tend to do that as well, and there might have been some of those as well, but apparently Tom himself was also censoring me and deleting my messages. So
can't really do much. You just feel like if you, I just, I'm not, I'm just trying to
Down there.
help them in regards to things. Um, Other things I don't agree with them either. So. Oh, study Bible. That was what the Geneva Bible was. It was the I think the first study Bible really. The thing is, in regards of futurism, takes everything in the future, right? And the preterist taking everything in the past, right? But what we really should is in regards of past, present, and future. That's the Bible way of doing, looking at it. And it would be called historicism. But apparently, historicism tends to just apparently they have these weird things as well. You can see people that proclaims themselves historicists, and yet they go into attack. For example, Tom and Jörg goes into attack people that understands that there are things in the future, and they attack them as futurist. And that's just not, that's not true. You know, I understand that the papacy is the Antichrist, and that the Antichrist is here and has been in the past and all that. Why would you call me a futurist? Why would Tom and Jörg call me a futurist for understanding that there are future prophecies in regards of the little horn, in regards of the beast of the number 666? And why are they rejecting that there is prophecies in the future about this? I don't understand it. They understand that he's already there, right? And it continues to grow into, and that there are future prophecies in regards of the papacy. Then we have the other side where a book is also promoted and all that. He goes into the trumpets already having been fulfilled. It's bullshit. And we have another Danish guy. I don't know if he would proclaim himself a futurist or whatever, but he also goes into that. He further goes into wacky nonsense of these trumpets and mixes them together and make the fifth or the sixth trumpet before the first, and at the same time. Oh, it's just a mess. It's just incredible. There's not a single trumpet that has been blown yet. They're blown after the Great Tribulation, while the devil has butchered Christians all over the world in a huge, gigantic, bloody mess that hasn't been seen ever in history. Anyway, so it's very slick when you listen to Tom and Jörg in regards to this series, exploding the Israel deception and all that, and it's subtle, and I just don't understand why they're doing this, because they have some great material. That's just some of the doctrines that they're promoting that's just so far out there,
Live in that land, and to demand a temple to be rebuilt so that animal sacrifices can be made, so that the phony Antichrist can cause those sacrifices and oblations to cease. Then the world is ready, then prepared to receive the papacy, the false Christ. I know it's getting old hat to regular listeners, but it's necessary to repeat these essential parts so that people can understand. People that are newly checking in, newly being acquainted with this discussion, to see how the world has been deceived. Just about every evangelist that you can name is a futurist. There are a handful of expositors here on YouTube that are historicists.
I even goes on to in regards to the papacy being able to sit in the temple, right? Well, are he then a futurist now or what? It's just, and the thing is, there are future prophecies in regards to things, and I don't understand why they. Oh well. Anyway, that's just how it is. But I'm really saddened to see that they began to make this program. I don't understand this. And of course, clearly they don't want to talk to me. And yeah.
As I am, and as your kids, but they're few and far between, and they get very little attention. But someday, they'll have plenty of attention, right, Dirk?
Absolutely, Tom. And I think it is very interesting what you just.
And also talks about making fun of those people that thinks that there will be a third temple, and yet he actually talks about yeah. So it just doesn't. Seems to be confusion. It's just because it just So when the temple is going to come up, they will have a problem. But it seems like he now says that there might come a temple, because if the papacy is going to, right, So oh my, I think it's confusion. Oh yeah, there was another guy that talked about that, I was teaching futurist doctrines and all that. What are you talking about? I'm just reading the Bible, okay? There's past, present, future things in it, okay? Just, interpret the Bible from the Bible's perspective, okay? Just give me a break. Are you saying that there's no prophecies about the future in the Bible? Is that what you're saying, right? And this 69 and 70 weeks, I don't understand this, either. Because again, what is this doctrine anyway? Anyway, I need to pee. I'll just be right back. Because you don't need that for the future week as far as, I try to gather this, and I don't need to look in further into it, but into the Hebrew and Aramaic and all that. Well, you're told in regards to the 70 weeks, right? And you can't divide the 70 weeks and all that. The 69 and 70 weeks and all that. We know that that these 70 weeks have been fulfilled, because we're already told in this and so many weeks and so forward. Now then you go into, in regards to the temple being destroyed, and that was destroyed after the 70 weeks. So here in the text, we know it goes beyond the 70 weeks. And then after the temple is destroyed, and the city and all that, and we know the temple was destroyed in 70 AD by the Romans, well then it goes into to another week. That doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the 70 weeks, Why do people, so again, there's only two options. This week, this in regards to being spoken about after the temple is destroyed, is either going back to the 70 week, which then would be fulfilled in the past, or it's going into the future, in regards to speaking of a future week. That is not part of the 70 weeks, okay? And that seems to be more reasonable when you think about how Daniel and the prophecies are written. Sometimes they go further into the future. They do this, they do, and they just jump into the future. And then further, we see this source from 200 AD talking about a week, but he's not talking like it's, he's not talking about that if it's like the 70 week and all that. He's not saying, oh, it's the 70 week in the future. No, he's just saying, well, there's a future week. He doesn't say it's part of the 70 weeks. He just understands there's a future week in the future. And he would have been speaking after the temple being destroyed, of course, after the 70 AD and, closer to the events and all that. No, understanding there's a future week in the future at some point, Okay, great, Okay. And then the numbers in the sixth seal, in regards to the two prophets and all that, that's... So you have two in the sixth seal, and the sixth seal is still future. So people can't, some people will use these days for a year principle and all that. That's, at least in regards to that place, is nonsense. Also in the book of Daniel, that doesn't seem reasonable either in regards to these, days, It seems to be literal days, not a day for a year principle. There, of course, you could maybe take some of it as a, at least... I've seen one take it for a day of a year principle, one of these other numbers that is after the first story in regards to the seven seals and the seven trumpets. You begin something new in regards to the woman and the dragon and so forward and all that. And he actually took one of the numbers where I can't, debunk it or whatever it's called. I can't really say that it's not, it could be possible, but I don't think it is, but it could be possible, that at least, but when I've seen people where they just take all the numbers and put them together and say this is a year of, day for a year principle, and I'm like, no, that's not going to work. Because again, in the sixth seal is still future. This is not like a year for, a day or day for a year principle. These are literal days, But these people are standing in the temple, or at least, that's where John, if I recall correctly, measured the temple that is there. How is he going to measure the temple of the sixth seal if the temple is not there? If there's no temple, How is the 144,000 Israelites going to be chosen and standing up and witnessing in regards of, that's still future, Seems to me that there is clearly something going on in Israel again at that point of time. So, again, we have these two prophets. I would think John would be one of them. The Jews are waiting on Eliyahu HaNavi. So I would think it's Eliyahu and Yochanan that is coming back. Or is going to be witnessing at that point. Any case, I know there's other people believe but I think we know that John is told in the book of Revelation that he shall prophesy again to many nations, to many people and all that. How's that going to work out if he's not coming, if he's not being there, We know in regards of he was told not to write things down. If we were told not to write things down, it shouldn't be by document, right? You might think, I was thinking maybe it's in regards of a document, in regards of the seven thunders, right? That John heard, but he was told not to write down, right? So if he didn't write it down, well, then he'll have to come back to tell us, right? Or tell the world in regards to these thunders at that point, before they happen, right? Also, there wouldn't be much prophecy about it if he doesn't come before the thunders around. So anyway, and so forward it goes, right? So I think it's ruining a lot. It's sowing confusion, and I do wonder why they're doing that. Yeah, who knows? Oh yeah. Anyway.
Everything has been fulfilled. It is finished, he said.
And Daniel's prophecy said to roll up the scroll.
The point is,
seal the vision and the prophecy.
the point is, what is finished? That needs to be
Yeah, sealed up. Yeah, the prophecy for the end time, right? Daniel didn't understand the vision, right? And God says, well, seal up the words and, and go go sleep for and await your prize at the when he's going to be resurrected and all that. Anyway, I don't have the Bible here at but yeah. So again, Tom is making confusion.
Maybe explain to more people, because there are so many points that you can see.
Is the thing is, when we understand these prophecies found in the book of Daniel and the book of Revelation in regards to the end times, then we are very close to the end time, because it's said to be for that time.
Say that we're finished at the moment.
I'll just find the Bible.
The most important point is that the salvation of mankind was finished. That was his mission to come and perform his ministry in 7 years from the time that he was 30 on that he was baptized. And
Okay.
we go back to that time.
Okay, let's find the book of Daniel.
The first thing after that happened, he went into the desert, and he was tempted by the devil. And the devil tried to make him bow down to him and worship him, and therefore he would give him all the kingdoms of the world. That is recorded in Matthew chapter 4, and that is recorded in Luke chapter 4. I advise everybody to read.
Anyway, one of the programs, they make fun of those people that believes that there will be a third, there will be another temple, and it's. But anyway, let's see here. Well, we'll find in regards of. See here, and this is the last bit, and he's see here. So Daniel is saying, and I heard, but I did not understand. So I said, my master, what is the later end of these? And he said, go, Daniel, for the words are hidden and sealed till the time of the end. Time of the end. Many shall be cleansed and made white and refined, but the wicked shall do wickedness, and none of the wicked shall understand, but those who have insight shall understand. And from the time that which is continual is taken away. What is the continual? The sacrifice. The daily sacrifice is taken away, and the abomination that lays waste is placed. Now, what would that be? Well, an idol standing in the temple. And the abomination that lays waste is placed is 1,290 days. So, and from the time that which is continual is taken away. So that's from the time that which is continual is taken away. Okay, so it's taken away. And the abomination that lays waste is placed. I do wonder if that's... So that's taken away, and the abomination that lays waste is placed. I guess that's happening then at that time. 1,290 days. So here we have the 1,290 days. Now, how is there going to be an abomination in regards of an idol? And of course, we have more details in the book of Revelation. In the book of Revelation and the book of Daniel, these two books seems to work together. Both of them giving pieces of the puzzle, and it talks about this, that the false prophet will make an image of the first beast, which is the papacy, and which is not a surprise because we already see these images going up in regards of different popes and people doing all the disgusting things in regards of these idols. And it will speak, right? And it will be getting everybody killed, and that will be, of course, the time of tribulation, As far as I can gather, when you see the book of Revelation and you get details in regards to the 7 seals and the 7 trumpets and so forward, and then you go into it again from another look in the book of Revelation, and the woman, and the Satan, and the first beast and the second beast and so forward. It seems to be pointing that, the Great Tribulation, of course, would be a time where, is the time where so many are getting slaughtered and butchered, and that seems to be fitting in regards to the temple, where this idol is standing, because if you're not going to worship it or take the mark of the beast, you will get butchered. You think that people actually, at that point, people will, You know, they will have to choose, right? Are they going to with the devil, or are they going to with God? You know, do they love life more than death? In regards of if they're, what are they going to choose? You know, in regards of, and of course, you know, dying is getting everlasting life. But of course, many people won't understand that, I guess. But anyway, blessed is he who is waiting earnestly and comes to the 1,335 days. So we have 1,290 days in regards to this idol and the continual that is taken away. And that, you know, that's Nisa Temple. Blessed is he who is waiting earnestly and comes to the 1,335 days. But you go your way till the end and rest, and arise to your lot at the end of the days. So, and I guess I don't know, but this is in regards to the end of the days. So, and we also have now at that time Michael shall stand up, the great head who is standing over the sons of your people, and there shall be a time of distress such as never was since there was a nation until that time. So there will be a distressing period in regard, and wouldn't that a great tribulation? Wouldn't that be a huge? As we see it in the book of Revelation, and at that time your people shall be delivered, everyone who is found written in the book. And many of those who sleep in the dust of the earth wake up, some to everlasting life, and some to reproaches, everlasting abhorrence. Well, and so forward. But anyway, it's yeah. I just don't understand why they would focus on this, you know, whatever. But in any case, that's just how it is. But they have a lot of good, a lot of other stuff that is pretty good. Oh, why is the coffee? Didn't I make some coffee? I don't know, man. Maybe I didn't. So, but just not that serious. I think that serious. Terrible, absolutely terrible. Anyway, can't really do much about it because they don't want to talk to me, because I guess I have different opinions on things, and thereby, yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know in regards to Brad either. I did talk to Brad. Also talked to Jörg as well over voice. Brad did not, you know, he tried to, you know, in regards to the Trinity and all that. Although he did seem to understand or grasp it the second time we talked. But it's just curious that he would have problems with that. But anyway, whatever. We're all learning. But, you know, people that have been proclaimed Christians for years, and it just doesn't give any meaning that they wouldn't have understanding for these things, you know. So, but anyway, what can you do? Let's see here.
Understand that with the understanding that the papacy is the Antichrist who took the offer that Jesus Christ rejected. But more importantly, as you just said, then comes the moment when the Pope comes in, the Antichrist comes in, as the savior of mankind, quote unquote, when they fulfill their phony 70th week of Daniel. And that is actually the moment the devil was waiting for. That is when the whole world bows down to the Pope, which is a antichrist, means a replacement of Christ, and behind that replacement of Christ you find the devil himself. And
yeah, well, I think the devil might actually be in the Pope, you know, every single one of them. But you know, it seems like that it's possible for the devil to actually be in people. So, however that is done. But anyway, he's absolutely behind the poop, you know. So anyway, I just seems to be more of a problem in regards to confusion in regards to this series. And yeah, it's just I don't get it. Anyway, I don't know. I've written again to them, but yeah.
They fulfilled their fully 70th week of Daniel. And then
Yeah, well, the 70 weeks, there's no new 70 weeks, you know, so. Been fulfilled in the past. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Anyway. Well, I guess we've been running 3 hours. Yeah, Tom and Jörg had made a lot of other good things for sure, but this is not one of the better ones, I think. It just seems to be too much confusion. Okay, let's see here. We have Mohammedan's rage in regards of what do you call it? Show thing, blah blah blah. In regards of Fatima thing. 120,000 has signed in regards of. I don't even know what this movie is. In regards of Fatima, of course, the Roman Catholics really wanna. What is this? Is this a thing from the video? Oh yeah, they wanna make things. You know, you saw it also in Jerusalem. Fatima was pretty much just Maria. You know, so whatever. You know, whatever you wanted to, you know, if you wanted it to be Mary, then it was Mary. If you wanted to be Fatima, then it was Fatima, right? It's like, anyway.
The world can be a cruel and dangerous place. Remember, even if you're afraid, be strong. Your loving mother, Fatima.
Oh my, yep. Sounds like satanic propaganda for sure. There we go with some kind of rosary. Well, it might not be, you know, it's, you know, Mohammedans do it, you know, with the names and of course the Roman Catholics does it with the rosary.
Did your mother ever tell you the story of the Lady of Heaven?
Oh, the Lady of Heaven. You mean the satanic queen of the heavens, you know, that goes back to Sumer, Shinar, Babylon, you know. You can find her many places, but you know it goes back to Shinar. That's in regards of well, the people already had issues. It's called Sumer in regards to the scholars. Biblically, it's Shinar. They found out it should actually have been Sumer, but they already had called it Sumer. So. But of course, biblically, it's Shinar, the place where the people went after the flood, and was divided.
She was very special. Daughter to the Prophet Muhammad.
So you see, they tried to make Fatima, in regards to the daughter of Muhammad, to connect that with Mary, so they can. Yeah, well, bullshit around as always, you know.
my time is near. And afterwards, my lovely Fatima, you will face many trials.
With my father no longer here to lead us, evil is with those who will extinguish the light of truth.
Never let a woman tell us what to do. We will burn them out.
God.
And of course, they believe the same thing in regards to so-called Mary, that she was taken to heaven, all that. How they really fix that together, you know, whatever. The satanic bullshit, they do whatever.
Judge all of you. This world has become a breeding ground of violence. Shadow will be cast across many generations to come. so full of faith. They give strength to everyone around them.
The greatest thing in this life and the hereafter is the spreading of peace in the world.
Maybe that was the
I guess peace by the sword, right? You know, the physical sword.
inspired people to stand up, no matter what the cost.
Oh yeah, and go slaughter people, right?
Her legacy lives on.
But and they call it the Lady of Heaven again. It's just, and they try to connect these two things together, and it's satanic bullshit as always. In regards of the Mohammedans having issues, maybe they should go back to the Mohammedan nations if they're a problem in regards of some of the things. Anyway, I just give me a break. And Mohammedanism is so close to Roman Catholicism. It's like two sides of the same wicked coin. So let's just give me a break, you know. Anyway, so apparently that's the movie. It's probably full of garbage, and apparently they seem to have gotten it stopped someplace. Well, anyway. Which will further make interest in the movie, and people want to see it, and this and that, and yeah, well, get some more nonsense into the. We have commercial and advertising for Pride and all that, right? Because we can't just get around without this nonsense. Okay, anyway.
It's actually the moment the devil was waiting for. That is
Exactly.
when the whole world bows down to the Pope, which is a antichrist, means a replacement of Christ.
No, he's not just an antichrist, he is the antichrist. He's that antichrist. Every single one in that position represents the beast of the number 666. But anyway, I know they usually confess that.
And behind that replacement of Christ, you find the devil himself. And
But there are many antichrists, but there's one specific one that is, and that's the papacy. Anyway, I'll stop with, just rather read the Bible, really, instead of seeing, getting tired of listening to people, because they always have some things that are, it just seems like every time they just seem to have some kind of things that is just way, way off. I don't know why. So, anyway, I guess I'm off. May Jehovah be with you, and Yeshua most precious pearl, and the spirit of truth be in us all. Amen. Have a good one.